these are the Chile Poblanos, already rinsed. They're honestly not that big. It's probably like the size of my hand. There I have the queso cotija, which is also something that we will need, but yeah, just like 5 I think will do. And I'm putting to boil 4 tomatoes. They're like the Roma size, are not that big, and just like un puño of what's it called, Chile de Árbol. So this is probably like, I don't know, count them, like 10 chiles, I don't know, to boil. Once it's nice and boiled, you just let it sit. I'm just letting it cook while I start to cook the chile. Right now on these, the less spicy you want it, the less chile de árbol you want, because chile de árbol is pretty spicy. So this is probably going to be pretty spicy. If you don't want it that spicy, I would probably do like 5. Really, you can just cook them like that on the stove. They need to be nice and like kind of burned. So I'll show you guys what they look like once they're ready. Flip these, and then same with like, literally all you do is, ooh, that one is on fire. Okay. This little triangle thing of queso. You don't really need a lot since I'm only making 5 chiles. This is probably going to be more than enough. So I'm going to cut them into like smaller pieces. Sorry, I'm a little awkward. It's my first like cooking video. So anyway, yeah, I'll show you guys. It's nothing too special. I just cut them into like little squares, and obviously it's like a polvo queso, so you have that left over. You don't have to put it into the rajas. You can also use queso panela. I honestly just prefer cotija. So these are almost, they're pretty burnt. I just want like the outer of it by the stem to get a little more burnt, and then once we're done, if I didn't mention it before, we are going to put them, Kona's like singing, we're gonna put them into like, already pretty, okay, so my mom told me how to do this, anyone wondering. So literally you just let them, I don't know, the skin ends up like getting all weird, and then you have to remove the skin. So it's just part of the process. Everything is cooking or whatever. You literally need like half an onion. You're gonna chop it up into pieces that I will show you. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. They're pretty big pieces. If you want smaller pieces, it's whatever your preference. It's just gonna cook together for flavor, and then we're gonna add that into some oil. The chiles and the tomatoes are already pretty much boiled, so I just put probably, so this is how I cut my onion, and I added 3 of the little like the slices or whatever in there. We also need some garlic, so I have some minced garlic already. Probably about this much would be good. Add some salt in there, probably a little bit more water because I didn't add too much, and then we're gonna put a good amount of avocado oil into my pot, and then I'm just gonna throw in the onions. And then we're just going to saute them in the oil until they're nice and like goldeny. So once they're goldeny, we're gonna add the sauce that we just blended. Now adding the sauce, I am gonna need to add a little bit more water just because that's how it goes. I do have 2 more over here dying. 2 more tomatoes that needed to be blended in like 3 chiles. So I put them in here, and then I just added more water. So we're just gonna let that cook. While that cooks, and boils, we are going to remove the outer layer of the chile poblano. I forgot to mention, you add bouillon, you add Knorrs chicken broth. I added salt because I just always add salt to stuff, and I forgot. Typically you don't add salt and you use this instead, so I didn't add enough salt. I just tried it, so I am going to add a little bit of the Knorrs chicken broth. It's honestly your preference. This is not the healthier alternative. If you want to do sal and comino, like cumin and salt, then that would work out as well. I'm just gonna add a little bit of this because I forgot, and it adds a good flavor. I'm using both of my hands. Basically what you do is you slightly just remove the burnt part. If it's difficult for you to remove the whole thing, because obviously like I missed a little bit on here, you can kind of like rinse it slowly and then remove. But yeah, see how all this is coming off? You don't want that. You want to eat the inner. This is what it looks like when you remove the outside layer of the chiles. Obviously like I did miss some spots, so but that's honestly fine. I like to circle around the stem, and then you just get all the seeds that way. And then we are gonna chop these up into little lines, which I will show you guys. So this is what the rajas should look like. Since they're already nice and cut, I'm gonna put them into the sauce to cook together, and I'm also adding the cheese. So we added the chiles, and next step goes the cheese. I'm literally just gonna stir and then let it cook. You don't have to add all the cheese in there. Why not? The way that you can eat rajas, if you haven't had these before, you can always do corn tortilla. I prefer corn over flour for these. These also taste really, really bomb with white rice, like the caldito, period. Like, it's just everything. So super easy to make.